people. I'm Kyle Walker.
And I'm a Kayla Knight.
And welcome to the first episode of K&M After Dark.
Ooh.
That's right, y'all. You know this YouTube channel is going to be for us to talk about everything relationships, love, and sex.
Spicy.
Now, today we have a common question. We polled a bunch of people to see what they wanted our first episode to be about. And today they wanted us to debate. Is it okay to have sex after the first date? Why don't you give me your thoughts first? Go ahead.
Me first?
You first? That's right, girl. You first. Is it okay to have sex after the first date?
So first of all, how old are you?
Let's say we are both over 21.
Oh, okay. So we're grown. We're not really. We're about to graduate college,
Maybe
so
not going to
maybe
college.
not in college at all. Okay. We can drink.
Yeah.
So that means you're bound to have accidents.
Is it okay to have sex after the first date? She's running from the question. So yes or no answer, and why?
The answer is yes. I say yes. As long as you are respectable. Hey, you have kids. You probably shouldn't be doing that unless you're gonna have protection. Like when you're having sex on the first night, because you don't want no slip ups, you know. Like if you're just living your life and you're single, don't be in a relationship.
Right.
So
we're assuming both parties are single.
Okay, because there's just a lot of things to this. So me personally, I don't believe in that. One of my girlfriends came to me and said they had sex with a guy on the first date. I am not knocking them, but okay, girl, was it good? Like, I'm gonna ask questions. Like, I don't judge.
So you're saying it is okay to have sex after the first date as long as you're single and you take precautions.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna say it is not okay, N-O-T, to have sex after the first date. One, I've never done that personally. But I do feel like if you want to be taken seriously, it kind of sets the wrong tone for the relationship. I can't speak for all men, but I know if I take a girl on a date and we have sex the very first night after our date, there's nothing for me to chase anymore. I don't know.
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
Okay. What do you mean there's nothing else to chase anymore? Because is that your goal, is to get her body, not get to know her?
Well, after the first date, I don't know anything about you. I know a little bit. I don't know enough of who you are to really know what I do or do not like about you.
So just because I gave it up to you on the first date means you no longer want to get to know me.
I still may want to get to know you, but I'm going to assume you have a habit of doing that, and I'm going to take you less seriously as a man. That's just me. Again, I don't speak for all men. I don't speak for all black men. I'm just saying with me personally, if I take a girl on the date or a woman on the date and we have sex the first night, if I was even to allow that to happen, I would not take you as seriously. I don't think it would be a good outlook on a relationship.
Question.
All right.
What if you're someone like your girl here? Okay. I'm a very approachable woman, I feel like. I am attractive.
Yes.
And I have a lot to offer. If you're assuming that that's something that I do offer, so what if it is? At least you know that at that time, that was the only person that I was doing that with. That's the only person I was dating. And even after that, they decided to get to know me and ended up being something and had substance. So what if that's just how I just so happened to be okay with starting off all of my dating or relationships, whatever it's gonna be.
Right.
That doesn't change me as a person.
I personally feel, again, I agree with what you're saying. I personally know people who have had sex on the first date, gotten married, and lived a happy life.
Exactly.
But I think, generally speaking, overall, if we're sleeping together after the first date, it's not going to be something that works out. In most cases, there's a lot more risk in that than reward. And I feel like for most women out there to do that with a man, 8 times out of 10, he won't see you the way you might want to be seen, or he won't court you the way after that you may wish to be courted. I also think that from a male standpoint, again, I don't speak for all men, but just from my own personal standpoint, if you had done that, I would have been disappointed. Because you have so much to offer, because you're so smart and so beautiful, why do that?
Well, I feel like it's a matter of comfort. If we're both on the same page and that's something that we both can tell we want, then maybe it's a possibility that that's all it's supposed to be is sex. And again, maybe that's, as long as you have that, be able to communicate that before everything, and say that. Like, I would respect if you said to me, like, I'm very attracted to you. I want to do you right now.
Wow. That wouldn't be a turn off on the first date. I want to do you right now.
No, I like honesty. I like bluntness. I like that. I am not speaking for all women.
Ladies, hit the comments. Hit the comments. How would you feel from the first date a man said he wants to do you right now?
Okay, wait a minute. Don't say it like that. And I am tempted by you. Okay? How does that sound, ladies? Because if a man says that to me, like, Kayla, I find you very attractive and I am tempted, and if I come to your house after, there's no telling what's gonna happen. And I can kind of hint at what you're getting at. You're not straight up saying, I want to sex you, but you are letting me know. And I'd rather you do that than come to my house and then throw it on me. Don't start trying me, because then that turns me off.
So then let me ask this question. Is that all you
want from me
Let me ask this question, okay? At the end of the first date, let's say I'm traditional. I pick you up, right? Because nowadays you can't have every man take you home. You might not want everyone to know where you live. But in the event that you're okay with this individual knowing where you live, and I drop you off at the house, if I walk you to your door, right, and you let me inside, should that be an assumption that you want more of me?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so communication is key here.
Communication is key here. As a matter of fact, I have done that before. I have let a man come into my house after the first date, but I kept my door closed. We actually kept our distance. So I sat on my love seat by myself, laid out on it. Wasn't for you to sit next to me, and you could sit in the living room. Gave you a glass of water, gave you a glass of wine, and we just chit chat, have a good time, feel the vibe, and it was nothing but good vibes. There was no disrespect. There was no hinting at anything. And when it was time to go, have a good night. I had a good night. Did you?
Okay. So
that's just a great time with you, Allegra.
Oh God. Another movie reference. This one. All right. So in a nutshell, you would say, to bullet point this, having sex after the first date is okay if both parties have verbally communicated that they want to do so, and you do not think it will have any negative implications going forward, correct?
Correct.
And I feel as though having sex on the first date is going to give the wrong viewpoint of the man or the woman to the opposite sex, and may set a improper tone for a serious relationship. We both are dating. We did not have sex on the first date. But please tell us how you feel. We would love to know how you guys feel about, is it okay to have sex at the first date?
I'd love to know.
I would love to know too. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of K&M After Dark. We look forward to seeing you soon. And definitely comment more things you want to discuss. We look forward to getting into it soon.
Goodbye, beautiful people. Bye.